Alright, welcome to this game, Jeff the Killer's Dating Sim. Or Fear Me, according to the title here. And I got tired of reading mainly novel-based visual novels, so I'm gonna this one seems to have more options to it. Voice volume, sound volume. This one has more options to it, so I'm going to play this one because I want to find something with actual endings. Okay, start again. Let me see, maybe I can put easy mode off. Good. The room was silent, illuminated by the warm midday light filtering through the window. You looked anywhere but at your therapist. You didn't yet feel comfortable enough to speak freely. Attending his sessions felt like a chore, more than for your own good. It seemed like a way to keep an eye on you. Therapist. You know you have no obligation to talk about him. The therapist watched you patiently, leaning calmly against the back of his armchair. You can talk about whatever you want. You scoffed, ironically, offering no reply. It has been 7 days. Enough time for someone to change, don't you think? Instinctively, you raised your hand to the left side of your face, where a patch covered your left eye. Therapist. He hurt you, there's no doubt about it. The police, the hospital, everyone has their version, but I want yours. You shrugged. That's fine. Silence is an answer. You looked towards the window. Your reflection silhouette was visible in the glass. Even though you couldn't see yourself clearly, your posture and expression were noticeably different from a week ago. Okay, day 1. I suppose they decided to go and make it like a reflective thing, where we go and look back. The game is like a past event that we're looking back on. Does that mean we survived? The start of your shift is like your life start button. You have a clear routine. Wake up, work, and sleep. You have no legacy, no ambitions, no pending matters. You fulfilled your duties as a student and finished school. But you lack the motivation to pursue a dream or a goal beyond where you are now. You feel as if you don't have a starring role in the world because nothing special has happened to you yet. In fact, one could say you let apathy guide you. An apathy that numbs your strong emotions. A roller coaster ride? Pleasant. You trip and fall face first in public. Not the end of the world. Positive or negative, your emotional range was very low, like a perfect blank canvas. Anyway, you try to make your life as comfortable as possible. As strange as it sounds, you work at a video store that only attracts nostalgic and cinephiles. Pedophiles? Okay, so you love movies are okay. Since you're kind of like a neutral person and we are apathetic, let's just say movies are okay because everything is okay. They don't excite you much. The fact that to do your job well, you need to know at least one decent movie from every genre makes it more convenient. You don't even have to watch them. You can just get by with opinions from people who do like movies. The place is colorful enough not to depress you just by being there. And if you're lucky, you might run into an interesting character or two. Of course, besides the characters that already exist. Cindy, catching up on lost time? For a moment I thought you wouldn't come. Cindy, your coworker. She's not very good at her job, which is saying a lot since being an attendant at a time-lost store doesn't require much effort. But she's the owner's daughter. You're the other full-time employee and you do well. You two don't get along great, nor terribly. You tolerate each other. Where's your badge? Instinctively you reach for your neck, and indeed, your employee badge wasn't there. Cindy. It's strange, but I feel like I can't say your name without your badge. Cindy shrugged and retreated to the back room with a box full of movies. Somehow, what she said made sense. It was as if you couldn't remember your own name unless it was written right in front of you. As if names only existed if someone else spoke them aloud. Well, you remembered taking it out of your things when you arrived, so it was most likely still in the store. Things should be at the counter, right? You checked behind the counter. Nothing on the floor. Oh, okay, so there's nothing at the counter. Among the shelves full of action movies, your badge was nowhere to be found. Back room. Maybe you dropped it in the back room, but you only found Cindy looking at her phone next to the boxes she's taken back. Cindy gave you a quick glance, then went back to ignoring you. You followed her example and focused on finding your badge. Nope, it wasn't there. I think Cindy seems like a nice person. Suitably nice. She's not like hateful, I suppose. Really nothing to do about this game. This game just seems very neutral, I think. You leaned down to try and get a better look at the floor, hoping your badge was around somewhere. You moved down a small aisle, determined, past shelves packed with horror and thriller movies, until you spotted an unmistakable piece of plastic, almost at the end of the aisle. You were reaching for your badge, but a white hand got there first, slowly picking up the plastic piece. You looked up and found yourself facing a tall, hooded man, with his face covered in scars. His face has scars in it, doesn't it? He looked like a potential criminal, or someone with a bad cold. Bad cold probably. But you don't have the energy to worry. You straightened up, standing face to face. The man seemed to ignore you, more interested in your badge in his hand. Is this yours? His voice, muffled by the fabric, was deep and slightly raspy. You nodded silently, looking at the man suspiciously. By the way he cocked his head. Prove it. Now you could finally visualize your name. How does he expect me to prove it? Why wouldn't it be mine? What, does he think I'll lie about having a name tag? That's weird. Okay, I already tried that filling in no name thing and it worked. Yeah, you could literally put space as your name, so there's no point in doing it now. Let me just write my real name. The man looked at the badge in silence, and for a moment you truly thought you might have been wrong after all, but then he offered you the piece of plastic. Alright, Flint's eye. You took the badge in your hands, giving the guy a look. Thank him or mock him? Well, I don't want to get into trouble with him, so I'm going to thank him. Obviously. Flint's eye. Thanks, mister. Ooh, I like the way they wrote that name. Don't call me that, I'm not that old. Sorry, but I have no way of knowing when I can't see your face. True. He could be a young guy with all those scars, or maybe he's just having face paints. I don't know. I guess you have a point. Besides, from the skin on your hands, I can tell you're not exactly a young fella. Okay. Yeah, I get it. The guy's voice sounded irritated. A part of you said you should be more sweet with customers, but if you managed to annoy him with your chatter, you could consider it an achievement. This guy gave you bad vibes. You silently put the badge around your neck while he remained motionless in his spot. You slowly moved towards the counter. The guy stared at you as you moved, which only made your discomfort worse. You decided to ignore him, shifting your attention to one of the monitors next to you. Alright, I'll save here and continue this in another video because this has been 10 minutes long and my time is up. So thank you for watching and see you in part 2.